Alright, we're going.
Fuck you! Welcome to this shitty podcast again. If you're listening for the third time, well, you've made a mistake, because it's garbage.
Way to advertise our fucking
Fuck
shit,
you.
Josh.
Fuck you.
And that's the show in summary. We have Javier here. He didn't want us to tell
What
you.
up?
He didn't want us to tell you he was here.
Yeah, you bitch.
He thinks we're tits.
Yeah, they're assholes.
That's been the podcast. Thanks for coming.
Happy birthday, you fucking Lydia.
Oh yeah, it's
No.
Lydia Gibbs' birthday.
No.
Well, it might not be when you guys hear this.
Yeah, no.
It was.
It was.
Lydia, happy unbirthday. Merry unbirthday. A very merry... Oh, very merry unbirthday. Okay.
You're 1 year closer to dying. Good luck.
Me too.
You've always been that way.
This is cancer.
I think we should start over.
No, this is perfect.
I
This
don't
is
think.
Josh.
I don't think
This
so.
is the peak of male performance.
This is the
I don't
pickle.
think our audience, if there is any random audience, eventually would know who the fuck Lydia is.
Who gives a damn?
Who gives a shit? Lydia's
Yeah.
the best. If you have not met Lydia yet,
Don't meet her. You can't find her.
well, if you're a creep, then don't. But most of you aren't creeps, so if you ever get the chance, give her a good old handshake. Yeah. Anyway, what?
Anyway.
So, hobby.
What's up?
What's it like to drown in pussy?
He wouldn't know.
I wouldn't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
That I feel like it'd be great. It'd be a wonderful experience. But dying at the end of that would not be good.
Yeah.
It'd be a good way to go though.
I agree. I agree.
In the wise words of Tyrion Lannister, I would like to die at the age of 90, belly full of mead, with someone riding my penis.
I don't think he said that.
He did.
That's the way to go.
He said it in the show, but you wouldn't know that.
Well, yeah, because I read the books,
Yeah,
as we
'cause
established
you're-
last episode.
You're a piece of shit.
In the books, he says, life would be much easier if men could fuck themselves now, wouldn't it? Which is true.
That would be an
Yeah.
interesting concept.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just a man with a penis.
Well, some guys can suck themselves off. So.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that, like, on record that's happened?
Yeah. Guy, it's like, I don't know the statistics, so don't quote me on this shit. Look it up, you fuck, looking at your phone. But yeah, guys can suck their dicks. There's a percentage of guys that can suck their own
Really?
dicks.
What's...
I think...
I'm gonna look this up now because
He's
I'm
looking
interested.
this shit up because he's interested.
Yeah.
Percentage of men who can suck their own who can perform fellatio on themselves.
You gotta have like no ribs for that to happen.
Dude, if I could suck my own wiener, I would not leave the house.
2 or 3 men in 1,000.
I wouldn't even go to school.
See, but it can happen, can it?
That's a 0.2% ratio of 0.2.
That's really high.
Yeah,
only 2 or 3
0.25?
men in 1,000.
That's actually that's a pretty good chunk of the
Point
world.
0.25%.
You just gotta do a lot of fucking gymnastics.
Wait,
Okay, so we got 9 billion people on this world.
so 9 billion times 0.025.
I can't go up to what the fuck? I can't go up to my 9 billion.
All right.
That's dumb.
Yeah, just turn it sideways.
Yeah.
You dumb fuck.
Okay, there we go. That's 9 billion, I
Times
believe.
0.25.
It's-
Well, you gotta
no,
have
it's
it.
0.
You gotta have it.
0.0025.
You gotta
right?
have
0.025.
0.025.
You
Yeah.
gotta have that shit.
22.
Now divide that by half.
Why do we have to do half
Because
it?
not all people on this planet are men.
All right.
You dumb fuck.
So 450,000.
That's a fuck ton of people.
That's a lot of people who could suck their
No,
dick.
not
I'm
450.
envious.
450 million
Yeah,
What?
that's
people
a
can
fuck
suck
ton.
their own dick. 450 million.
That math
That's
is probably
men.
fucking wrong. But
Probably, but
If-
we're just gonna go with it because hopes and dreams of all mankind.
If you're a guy and you can suck your own wiener, Send us an email.
I'm gonna start a social justice movement of men who can suck their own wiener.
weedmattcast@gmail.com. Send us an email if you can suck your own dick. Don't send us a video.
We'd
'cause I
like
don't
to
wanna
have
see
you on
that
our
shit.
podcast, and we'd want
We'd
you
like
to.
to-
We'd
we'd like
want
to-
you to demonstrate.
We'd like you to play the sounds of your own fellatio.
Yes.
We would. The flute of fellation.
Who the fuck listens to this?
I
No
don't know.
one, which is good because we're shit.
Jesus.
We started off our podcast talking about dudes who can suck their own dick.
That's a great way to start. You got to keep it going strong.
5.5 minutes. A little over that. I'm glad.
That's a good way to
It's a
start
good
off.
way to start.
Yeah.
Strong start.
And most people don't know that you can wipe your ass 2 ways.
I have
Yeah,
some.
that's true.
Never mind.
Josh, how do you wipe your ass?
With toilet paper, like a normal
Yeah, but
human
do you
being.
stand up or do you do it while you're sitting down?
I stand up because I can reach farther.
Well,
Me too.
I kind of switch between the two, but I prefer sitting down.
Mm.
Yeah.
You're dirty.
I don't-
You're dirty.
It depends if I've got to like get up and run somewhere. But most of the time I think I sit down actually.
You know, you're in a rush when you're taking a shit. That's not a
Yeah,
good
it's
way
like,
to take a shit,
All
man.
right. Wipe. All right, I'm leaving.
I gotta go, guys.
Oh shit, I almost forgot to wash my hands. There's a little doodle on my finger.
Oh.
Yeah, how about
No, that's the
great
extra
conversation starter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello,
How
mama,
you
I
doing?
got some doo on my.
You point at someone, how you doing? And you just fling a little shit in their face. How you doing?
Hey.
Hey.
You now have AIDS.
You now have AIDS.
I'm trying to
Yeah,
find
what the fuck
some
are you
good
looking for?
news. Some good news.
That's
Some good
impossible.
Oh.
No, Josh. Okay, Javi.
What?
What's your favorite video game?
Yeah, we haven't had you on here before.
You know, Bioshock, man.
Bioshock's a good one. I haven't
The
played it.
series, I think my favorite was 2, because that's where I started on accident. Infinite is wonderful, and I just really like the story-based driven shooter.
Have you played 1?
I have. I'm going through the collection right now.
Sweet.
I'm on 2 right now. Having some fun.
I've played through 1 and Infinite and halfway through 2.
And I haven't played any of them, so I gotta get on that soon.
Yeah, you gotta ride that dick.
Because
Yeah.
you're
Gotta
a
ride,
whore.
gotta
Ride
ride
that
that good
Bioshock dick.
2K dick. I don't have a lot of games from 2K. I got
Borderlands?
Borderlands 2. That's the only one I have, but I haven't beaten it.
Borderlands 2 is a fantastic game. Have you
Yeah.
played it?
I have not played it, but I've seen a lot of gameplay on it. So
We could play it later
Probably.
because it's as much co-op as there are controllers. So
that's great.
pretty
I'd
much.
love to.
So we're gonna do that
So
off.
after we say goodbye to you fucks, we're gonna go stroke ourselves with Bioshock. Well, sorry,
Borderlands.
Borderlands.
That we are.
You know what game I'm excited for it to come out?
What?
Halo Wars 2.
Halo Wars 2.
That's gonna be the biggest disappointment.
Yeah, I hope not.
Halo 5. Fuck, man.
Halo 5 sucked dick.
That was really too bad.
Very shitty game.
I feel bad because it's like it's been going on so long and they just disgraced themselves with that game.
Yeah.
They just fucked themselves so hard.
I think Bungie chose the right time to leave that franchise alone.
Yeah, but then they made fucking Destiny.
Yeah,
Destiny
and they
was.
fucked it up.
Destiny was literally DLC to play game.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was the game. You pay $60 to get entry to this game that should have been free to play from the start, and then
Yeah.
you can charge DLC.
I think if they made Destiny just like a single player game instead of an MMO, it probably would have been a lot better, considering that's kind of like their jib.
You know
I
what?
mean, it was a fun game.
Yeah.
I did play it.
I haven't played it yet.
I played 20 minutes of it and I stopped because, like, yep, fuck this. I'm tired of MMOs. I bought Elder Scrolls Online. That's a shit
You bought
game.
Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah, I bought Elder Scrolls Online.
I
Rip.
feel bad for you.
Yeah, because
You got
it's
ripped
garbage.
off, man.
Because they tried to make it too much like an MMO and not
Yeah.
enough like an Elder Scrolls game. And
Yeah.
that's how you fuck yourself over with a game.
Javi, you were saying earlier that like Destiny is like a game where you buy it so you can buy the DLC later. You know what game is way worse about that?
What?
Star Wars Battlefront.
I heard about that.
That
too.
was horrible
But
at
that
launch.
see, that's the thing with So yeah, Battlefront may not have a single player, but with Destiny's single player, you got to a point in the story where it was like you beat the main boss of this section of the story. Now to continue this quest, which we have suggested multiple times throughout this whole story, and we're suggesting this totally anticlimactic battle that will happen somewhere in the future, you need to buy DLC number 2 kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Was that the Taken King?
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
So that was Destiny's policy, and I said fuck that game.
That's dumb.
Yeah. What's so heinous to me about Star Wars Battlefront from EA is that they release a $60 game that is like not complete, and then they charge $50 fucking for the season pass, which is like, I'm gonna drop $110 on a game. No,
That's not finished and has
Yeah.
no single player.
I can name like 8 better Star Wars games that were complete
All
upon
of them.
release.
All of them were better.
All of them were better, and all of them were completed upon release. All of them are cheaper nowadays.
They should have just remade. I know they would have fucked it up, but they should have just remade. What was that one game where you could choose like droids and you could choose the different classes you had? It was kind of like a TF2 Star Wars version.
Droids.
I'm not sure.
You could choose your class of. You could have special classes as well. It was. I think it was a battle.
Was it Battlefront 2?
Yeah, I think it was
Which one?
Battlefront 2.
Battlefront 2.
Battlefront
Battlefront 2 is a good game. It's probably one of the better games of the PS2 era. Yeah.
I've heard the best Star Wars game is Knights of the Old Republic.
Ooh, yes.
But that's an RPG, isn't it?
It is an RPG. Yes,
And
but I heard it's great.
The only reason I couldn't get into it is because I got it for my my iPhone.
Oh, I fucking idiot.
It was like $10, so it's like whatever. It's a lot for an app, but it's like
That's on my wish list for Steam, and I'm probably going to buy it. Or I think Knights of the Republic 2. I heard
Yeah.
it's fantastic. That game has actually survived against time really well.
yeah.
So that's what I want to talk about right now, is about games that have tested their weight against time.
Like stood the test of time.
Yeah, stood the test of time.
You know E.T., right?
Shut
Shut
up.
the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
E.T.
From-
for Atari.
God damn
Oh
it.
my fucking god.
I'm just going to go off the bat with my favorite game ever, Half-Life 2.
Half-Life 2 is
Half-Life
a
2.
beautiful fucking
I've
game.
never played that game.
Yeah,
I have
I've
it.
never
are sad.
played either of them.
I have it.
Well,
You have the orange box.
But-
Yeah.
That's everything.
that's, yeah. Half-Life 2, What?
Yeah.
which is, okay,
Oh.
we're still going.
You know
What-
what game is the best of all time?
What?
World of Tanks.
World
kill
of
yourself.
Tanks.
Kill yourself. That
Oh
game
my
is
God.
garbage. Plus,
Jesus.
War Thunder is better than World of Tanks. Just gonna say.
Jesus Christ.
But Half-Life 2 is fantastic. Recently there was news about it, about Half-Life 3 actually, because that's
Really?
been like a myth, for like a myth in
Like
video
now
game
it's
community.
solidified or what?
No, it's not. It's the exact opposite of that. Is
so
that
they're
it?
like fucking.
They said basically-
Half-Life 3 confirmed, it gets extended 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, recently Gabe Newell went on Reddit and answered some questions of people, and a lot of them was like, "What about Half-Life 3? What about Half-Life 3?" And then he's like,
That shit
Yeah.
will never be released.
"Yeah, it's like it's more of an uncertainty right now because it's been revised over and over again." And he doesn't like talking about it because honestly, he hates that game a lot because he said that a lot of things that aren't in there are a big criticism for him because he was so involved with Half-Life 2 and he's not able to enjoy it because he is his biggest own critic. He's his own biggest critic. And
That's good though. That means if Half-Life 3 ever does come out, it won't be a fuck up.
right, which is yeah. And earlier in the past few years, they explained why Half-Life 3 hasn't been being worked on as much as it could have been because Valve has a rolling desk policy where if someone wants to move over onto another field of work or like another project, they can freely do that. And apparently they had 100 people working on it. Now they only have about 10.
Jesus.
10.
If they get any major breakthrough, I guarantee that a lot more people will come back to it.
Yeah.
Right. And honestly, everyone knows right now about that game is that if it comes out, everyone's going to think it's bad because it's overhyped to the nth, like the infinite degree.
That's the trouble with like pretty much anything nowadays. Like
Yeah.
that was the problem with the like Star Wars: The Force Awakens. That's the problem with this. That's the problem with like most games, most sequels, is that people have a certain expectation, and when it's not,
And it gets way too high.
yeah, it's like they like get
Like
their
they're
hopes.
expecting a free-to-play game to be like everything's free. You can have everything.
Oh.
that too.
You deserve everything. You deserve 60 FPS. 30.
Well, I was
I've
thinking,
spent my fair amount of money on free-to-play games, like $150.
I was thinking more along the lines of
Goddamn.
like they hold like new shit that's coming out that they're looking forward to like a god tier, and then when
Oh.
it's not,
This is gonna
at
be the
just-
best thing that's ever been released.
When it's not at like the second coming level, they're like, it sucks.
Yeah.
Star Wars 7 is the worst. Half-Life 3 is the worst.
Elder
ET
Scrolls 6 is the worst.
That happened really, really hard with I call it Minecraft in space. What's that game called? No Man's Sky.
No
Oh
Man's
yeah,
Sky.
that got
No,
actually
I disagree.
that was even worse
I disagree.
because
Because they fucking lied. They
They're-
lied to
they did
everybody.
yeah.
So it wasn't overhype. It was that they lied
It was
about
at
it.
the company's a bunch of fucking like
They're assholes,
Yeah.
and they lied about it being multiplayer. And they lied about it being good too.
the ending to the game. You just go back to the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
It's so stupid.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
So yeah, Minecraft in space.
Minecraft in space.
It's the same kind of thing.
It's-
If they would have said this is Minecraft in space, there is no multiplayer. Go fuck yourselves.
Yeah.
That might have actually like made the game a
People
little
would
better.
have.
Yeah.
People would have been like, "Holy shit, I love Minecraft. Where to shove it? Space."
But it's not really a builder, though. Minecraft is a complete builder
They
because
could have
everything's
made
centered
it a
around
builder.
They could have made a.
They could have made it a builder, which probably would have sold a little bit more. But you know what else is?
Well, they
do
could
you
have
know
also gotten a copyright.
what they could have
strike
done-
from
but the-
Mojang.
the customers? What they could have done is there's a game on PC called Space Engineers, which is basically fucking No Man's
The same
Sky
thing.
but Minecraft.
Yeah.
So they would just go to that, and it's like a third of the price. So they wouldn't
Yeah.
make any money, which is a
Yeah.
bad idea. And I remember I also think they got sued for using their random generation coding
Really?
because it was from another company in Sweden or something, and then there was a lawsuit about that or something or other.
Wow.
So that was probably also a problem.
Yeah. Fuck No Man's Sky.
Yeah. Back to the test of time games, and maybe overhyping. So recently, I saw in gaming
Bioshock.
news
Bioshock.
Bioshock. I don't think they're gonna make another one because like 2K.
No, they won't.
No.
They
Yeah.
they probably won't. And if they do, it's not going to be the same style.
It's not gonna be good either. It's
Mm-mm.
not gonna be as good because it got.
But all three of the games have stood the test of time, considering
They're
that
great.
Yeah.
I'm playing them now, and it's like 10 years after the
And
release.
they sold the collection and people went out and bought it up.
Yeah, but the collection wasn't all that great because there's a lot of performance issues
Well,
that I heard.
that's
I haven't experienced any playing through it. I don't know what other people have said. So.
On PC.
that's
on
the,
PC.
Yeah.
although that's the beauty of gaming nowadays is that developers can release a game and then go back and fix
Ooh,
it.
Mhm.
Portal.
Portal.
That game. Oh
Good.
God, when was I playing that?
Portal 2, Portal 1
Not
are great.
Super recently, but like I played Portal like maybe last year,
Mm.
all the way through. I just played it like in one sitting. I played the whole game all the way through. Which is, it's because it's sort of a short game.
It is a short. The first one is really short.
Oh, it must have been like spring break. I was just at home for a day, and I
Fapping to
just
yourself.
yeah, I was jerking off a little bit, and I thought to myself, hey,
Why not?
I should play Portal. Then I'm gonna go play Portal 2 after I do this.
There's something magical about the Source engine
It's
and everything that's using it.
Like the animation looks. If you like compare it to like some of the newer games, like the graphics are ass, but it's still that simplicity, that just
yeah,
With-
absolute simplicity
it
to
looks
it.
good.
Yeah, with Half-Life 2, the first thing I noticed when like you start the game is that there's like a light reflection on the floor that is pretty simple, but it's just looks great because it's pretty simple, and it's just
Yeah.
like yeah. But I want to talk about Valve a little bit more.
They're
No,
good.
no, not Valve. I want to talk about Test of Time games. Skyrim. I've been playing a lot of Skyrim recently with the new
Yeah.
remaster. That game has definitely tested its time, and it's also going to be overhyped with the next game, the Elder Scrolls 6. Which
How can they improve?
yeah, how can they improve?
They
Because
should
it's
just
like
release the same game and say, oh, it's different.
yeah, just like
Yeah,
a different
just a
story,
different
different
world.
map, and then everyone will be like, "Oh, this is great."
Yeah.
That's
different
what GTA
weapons.
does. This is literally what it does. GTA is like, we're going to use the exact same shit, add new guns, add a
Mhm.
new place,
Add new cars.
DLC, new shit to do.
Yeah,
Who the fuck gives a damn?
right.
Yeah, I know. That's why GTA 5 was great, is because it was simple. and it
GTA
was
4
good.
was great, GTA 3 was great, GTA...
They're all good games.
Everything before, I mean, no, everything after GTA 3 is great, but like, I don't like the first and second one.
Yeah, because they were like.
Because it's just like an arcade game, and it just doesn't work.
What
for
was
me.
that one game that was really, really, really popular? It wasn't a GTA number, it was a GTA though. It was like
San Andreas.
San Andreas.
San Andreas.
That game was my shit.
I
And
heard
San
that was-
Andreas is the same. Or is it San Andreas or is it No, it is because it's Los Santos.
Mm,
It's the same map.
Same
as
map.
In, GTA 5.
right, and you
So-
can. There's an Easter egg of the people from San Andreas being in like the Grove Street like cul-de-sac, and it's like, hey, it's Grove Street.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, GTA 5 is not going to go down in price for a long time because considering how much it cost to build it.
It was one of the most expensive games ever to build.
Yeah. It's a big map.
But it's definitely paid itself off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
From one statistic that I heard, No Man's Sky actually sold right underneath GTA 5.
Really.
Like it came really, really damn close.
Hmm.
Like physical copies sold was like third, and like digital copies for PC was ridiculous. It was like second on top
Crazy.
10 best selling of 2016.
You might want to get closer
Or-
to the mic.
2015.
It's
But
alright.
yeah,
I'll solve
that's
that.
the whole reason for that is because everyone pre-ordered it and they didn't know it was shit at the time because they wouldn't release any press or any beta demos.
That was the issue with it, was that
They
there
tried
was
to keep
no-
it hush because
yeah,
they
there
knew
was
it
no
was
press.
shit.
There was no press for it. That was the same thing with Star Wars Battlefront. There was little press on Star Wars Battlefront, so
Mhm.
it was hard to know anything. It was hard to know that there was no campaign.
Yeah,
Or like they have a couple single player missions. They have
right.
like an arcade
They're
mode,
not really.
but
When-
it's bad.
Yeah, when you see a game company making a game that's like they've released trailers and stuff out that makes it look really cool, and then you see that they're not letting anybody use any press or like any like demo copies to like press people or that they can record it and put it on the internet, then you know something's suspicious. Except with the case of Valve. That's because Valve doesn't want to waste your time with fucking teasers and bullshit because their policy is that if they don't like a game they can cancel it and they have all that money so they can do that.
Yeah, Valve is like one of the richest game companies now because they're like, yeah, we used to make games, now we just sell them.
Right, because Steam is a fantastic thing, but they're still working on games, and I think once they've perfected Steam enough, they might go back to work on games.
I hope
Yeah.
they do.
I hope they do because they make some pretty good games.
They came out with Source Engine 2
Yeah,
at
they're
some point, or
they're-
they're either they came out with it or they are coming out with it.
They said that they're working on games on Source Engine 2 in that Reddit post that I was talking about that Gabe Newell had.
Yeah,
And
I'm
they
sure
said
they
that they're
are.
working on different franchises to make, or like in the same universe or whatever as Half-Life and Portal
yeah.
and Left 4 Dead. He was very vague about Left 4 Dead 3.
That'd be a
So
fun game to get.
so I think they're working on that. But Portal 3 and Half-Life 3.
Porter 3 and Puerto
Porter.
Rico.
I got
Porter
my
3.
porter
Fuck
potty.
you. Fuck you. Okay. But yeah. Also, speaking of games press, Elder Scrolls 6, apparently they're not even working on it yet.
Really.
And it's
Good.
been
They should never work on it.
like 6
They
years.
should just let it die.
Let Skyrim. Actually, just let Skyrim be the last one, because it's
No, it can't be. Because there's still a lot of
See,
things that need to be
that's
answered.
the shit when people. So that same shit happens in books.
Yeah.
Where they're like, yeah, that happens a lot in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
They're like, this is like one of the best books ever, but there has to be a second one because we didn't finish it off right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like they finish it
Like-
at a cliffhanger, like, and then wait till the next one. You're like, fuck.
But imagine if Halo 2 ended
Yeah.
like it did with a cliffhanger, like I'm gonna go finish the fight. Then we wouldn't have Halo 3, which is like the best Halo out there.
Yeah. Getting back to Game of Thrones, because you know I'm a big Game of Thrones nerd.
You're one of them fans.
Yeah.
I actually want to know your guys' favorite books.
Didn't read them.
Before I go to
Fuck you.
before I go to favorite books, my favorite game, because you guys both got to say yours, but I didn't get to fucking say mine
Mm-hmm.
because you guys are mic hogs.
Suck a cunt.
Now I've got the mic and I can't even figure out what it is. Probably Dark Souls right now.
Because that game's good.
It's because it's got so much polish to it, and
Binding of Isaac.
no,
Hmm.
Dark Souls.
Dark Souls.
It's got to be Dark Souls 3 or Bloodborne because those games have a lot of polish. And it was fun because I've been playing Bloodborne a lot, and so when I got Dark Souls 3, I was already sort of in the mindset of playing it.
Don't fucking die.
Yeah. So it made Dark Souls 3 more easy. Or not more easy, but more I could latch onto it a little better.
Hmm.
I shouldn't say any Souls game is more easy
More easy.
Mm-mm.
or easier.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Would be the better
I
word.
was laughing at two things: your grammar and the way you worded it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because literally, Dark Souls is don't die, but you're gonna. By the way.
Yeah. Pretty much.
So yeah, favorite books of all time. I know you're leaning towards Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Hmm.
It's because Game of Thrones recently has been my favorite story. But I read the Bionicle books when I was younger.
I read the comics because I had Lego subscription.
Oh, the Bionicle books. No,
Oh.
Game of Thrones. Game of
Game
Thrones.
of Thrones.
Bionicles were lit as fuck. Just gotta say that.
The last
You troubled child. Shut up.
book in A Song of Ice and Fire, the way it ended, it's like, yeah, there's gonna be another one. There's gotta be.
You better hope he doesn't die before it comes out.
He
Died
got
of a heart attack from all the donuts he's been eating.
You know, the
apparently
pussy
he gets
he's drowning in.
really. He gets really offended when people are like, "Hey, are you gonna die before you finish Game of Thrones?" He's like, "Fuck you."
Yeah.
Yeah, well, who wants to be who? If you're walking down the street and somebody's like, "Oh, by the way, that project you're working on, you better not die before it."
Yeah,
Um,
that's how I feel though.
if you had a problem with him killing off characters before, if he dies, all the characters get killed off. So
Fuck
Yeah.
your logic. No, they'd probably just be like, "We're gonna grab some other author and try to have him write it," and then they'd fuck it up.
yeah, they'd fuck it up.
Yeah,
I haven't read books in a long time, so I don't really have a favorite
the
one.
guy who reads his audiobooks is 93
Oh my
years old.
god.
Or he's either
So he's rating descriptive porn at 93.
yeah,
That's great. That's
descriptive political pornography.
I'd vap to it.
to an
Yeah.
old man saying, and then he put it in.
Sometimes when he's reading it, I just get taken out of it, and I'm like, Roy, could you call him Roy DeTrees? Could you not read it like that? It's making me.
You're making me slightly uncomfortable.
You're
to
making
think
me
about.
uncomfortable.
You're giving me one of those awkward chubs.
I would have gotten a chub, but you're reading it, so
You're giving me an awkward chub.
yeah.
You know,
Tyrion
like that movie.
Lannister put his small midget wiener inside of her mouth.
He okay. He's apparently got a big dick in the books. He's like, yeah, it's the only part of me that's not huge, or the
That's
only
not
part of
small.
me that's not small is my huge cock. And everyone's like,
And-
oh shit.
And do the
And his
girls agree?
intellect.
Yeah. Well,
I haven't watched any of the Game of Thrones stuff yet.
yeah.
I should
I
probably
would
watch
say
some of
I'd say watch the show at this point because the books.
You might not know. You don't know when it's gonna happen.
I
When he's
don't know
gonna die.
because apparently book 6 is supposed to come out 2017, but I don't know. So I guess we'll see. What's your favorite book, Josh?
Even if you don't read, like like Magic School Bus shit, something like that.
I like the Percy Jackson series a long time ago, but I mean I haven't read them now that I'm older and I understand how shit like things can be.
Yeah, that was like the Hunger Games for me. So
Yeah.
I first read it, I'm like, this is alright. And then I reread it, this is shit.
Yeah.
Absolute garbage.
I like the first one. I like the second one.
The third one
sort
sucked.
of.
Dick.
I didn't even read the third one because the first act is just the most boring shit on the face of the planet.
Like, the movie was boring.
Quick question about books. Have you guys read through all the Harry Potter books?
I have.
I haven't, but I've read.
How far did you get?
Actually, my dad read the first 3 to me. Or no, I read the first 3, and my dad.
To yourself.
My dad read me the 4th one, and partway through the 5th one, right where the part where spoilers.
If you haven't read it, you should.
You
Kill
should
yourself.
read it.
Because, like, seriously,
Probably.
it's been a while.
It's good. But right at the part where frigging the snake goes to chew on Ron's dad, you know, where he goes to bite and attack Ron's dad, I was like, huh! Because I was a little kid, so I was like, no, Dad. And so
I'm
we
not
stopped
gonna read
reading
this.
it. All right, yeah.
I remember that I read every single one except the last one.
And then I heard the last one on audiobook.
Ah.
That's a great audiobook if you've never heard it. Because it's read by this guy, Jim Dale. He's really good. Really good narrator, up there with some of the better readers on Audible or whatever. Very good.
Oh, let's talk about our favorite voice actors.
Favorite voice actors. Wait, Javi, what's your favorite book?
I would have to almost say The Giver, because I read that in 5th grade. It's basically Fahrenheit 451.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost a copy and paste, but it's really, really decent.
Yeah, I haven't read it.
And it's this dystopian book about a world without color, basically, and
Yeah.
since you're gonna read it, not to ruin too much, but basically, one old man has all the information on the planet.
Played by Jeff Bridges in the movie. I know.
I didn't even watch that movie. That's how awful I heard it was.
So ass. I heard it was really ass.
And he's basically trying to pass his information off to the next giver, and
Gotcha.
there's a plot twist and everything. You know, one of them
Sweet.
good book things.
Are you talking about The Giver?
The Giver.
Yeah. Sorry, I was trying to find the name of my
I'm also a
favorite voice
really
actor.
big fan of the Magic Treehouse series. When I was young,
Oh,
I read that
yeah.
shit. I read all kinds of those books.
I remember
those
those.
books were amazing. Like, just honestly, as a little kid, those were awesome for imagination.
I was in
Did
3rd
you-
grade. I read like 30 of them over the years.
Do you guys remember like the 39 Clue books or whatever? Like
Fuck
I
those
never read
books.
those.
I read some of them.
I read the first 2.
3. I read the first 3.
I got the 3rd one, and then because they're all written by different authors.
Yeah, I wouldn't like that.
I like the first book because it's written by Rick Riordan, who did Percy Jackson.
Mm.
The second one, I don't know what his name was, but he did a really good second book. The third one, I got fucking bored, so I stopped reading it. It's a cool concept though.
Let's segue off to our favorite voice actors because I want to talk about 2 of them.
I actually don't have a personal favorite voice actor.
Okay. Oh,
I'm sorry to say, I just don't know them.
We'll just say Nolan North for you.
Tom Kenny, who voices SpongeBob.
You know it, boy.
One of my favorites is probably Steven Bloom, who voice acts as Spike Spiegel in Cowboy Bebop, or what's her name? It's Ashley Burke or Birch. She voices as like Tiny Tina in Borderlands 2.
Oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. She's been in a couple other things too. But
I like what's his fucking name? the guy who voices Pagan Min. He voices a bunch
Oh,
of
yeah.
dudes.
Oh yeah,
That voice was really good.
yeah.
What is his name?
That game was actually pretty decent. I expected
Tri-
much less out of it, and it was actually really decent.
Far Cry 4 was good. I like
Yeah.
that game.
It's a GTA, but without having to struggle for money.
What is his name?
Oh, I know. I remember. I
Because
looked
he
him up.
voiced
He was-
Troy Baker.
Troy Baker. Yes,
voices a
Troy
shit.
Baker is my dude. He voiced because he voiced Pagan Min. He voiced the Joker and
the
Killing Joke.
not
No.
just no. He
I heard
voiced
that
him.
was bad.
He voiced him
I
in
heard
the.
the Killing Joke was bad.
I saw it. It was okay.
Like compared to the comics, I heard it was. Really
Here's what was bad about it is that the first half of the movie isn't even the fucking Killing Joke. It was just a Batgirl story that
So
was
it's
tacked
like
on at the
filler
beginning.
shit?
It's not even. It's filler, and it's not even like tied in at all with the story.
That's the worst
Like
kind of stuff in anime. That's
like-
literally all of Naruto.
it was meant to develop Batgirl's character,
It
but
didn't work.
it didn't work. It was just filler. It was like a stock villain that she was trying to chase but couldn't because she's stupid and dumb in this story. She's a cool villain or not villain. What the fuck
hero.
am I talking about? Hero.
Hmm.
But
don't
this
even-
story
it-
just made her dumb.
I don't really. So I don't consider Batman to be a superhero. I just kind of consider him to be a hero overall because there's nothing. Well, his intellect is ridiculous, but then you don't call Lex Luthor a supervillain. You just call him a villain
Yeah.
because there's nothing super about him.
Right.
So
He's just super fucking rich.
Yeah.
and very very smart. So
Yeah.
literally, if people are like, what would happen if Superman faced Batman? It'd be the same kind of shit as if Superman faced Lex Luthor. They're literally basically the same character.
Yeah. Well, the same power, at least.
Power of money.
The power of money.
Power of money.
The power of super suits. No, but back to Troy Baker. He voiced.
He was in Full Metal
No,
Alchemist.
no.
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is the best anime,
No,
in my opinion.
no.
I've only seen.
Cowboy Bebop.
I know Cowboy Bebop is good, but in my opinion, Full Metal Alchemist is the best.
I haven't seen Cowboy
Brotherhood.
Bebop.
It's fantastic. I recommend everyone watch it.
I've seen one episode. I think it was when they were in the desert.
Archer's a great show too.
Archer is fantastic.
I haven't seen that either.
Really? You haven't seen
That's
Archer?
literally right up your alley.
I
That
gotta watch it
is
at some
that is
point.
absolute fucking treason.
I know. I just don't-
Literally, the main headquarters is called fucking ISIS.
Yeah, but this is before ISIS became.
A
It was
thing.
made before ISIS became a thing, and then they like removed them.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, we don't want to do that anymore.
Yeah. Too risky.
It makes sense. Like, you don't want to be associated in any way with a terrorist organization. So.
Mm-mm.
Right.
That show is right up your alley. It's exactly what you would love. But I want to transition because talking about like film and all that kind of stuff and voice acting. Like, what are your guys' favorite films?
Ooh.
At this point, for me, it's a toss-up between Pulp Fiction and Goodfellas. Because Goodfellas was one of the first, great movies that I saw. And I rewatched it again recently, and I just realized this is a perfectly made movie. Like, a lot of what Martin Scorsese does in the movie just works. It's like, the
It's really
dialogue,
well done.
perfect, totally memorable. The camera angles, especially the long tracking shot into the nightclub that they go into, perfect. It's just the performances, awesome. And on the flip side, with Pulp Fiction, it's a lot of the same stuff. It's like it all works. It's like all the good things I have to say about both those movies are universally true between them. And Samuel L. Jackson is in both movies actually, is what I realized, because he just plays a little bit part in Goodfellas, but he's in Pulp Fiction.
I'd have to say Pulp Fiction too, but the other one I really like, which is technically a mini-series TV show, but I count it as a movie experience, Band of Brothers.
Yeah.
Band of Brothers,
I haven't
for
seen
sure.
that yet. I haven't seen a lot of shit.
Band of Brothers is fantastic. I recommend you watch it if you're a World War II fan or whatever. Yeah.
Fury.
Fury's good.
I think it was more entertainment, and it looked like every time they shot, I know they were trying to like make it look like they were tracer rounds, but they looked like laser beams.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a Star Wars laser beam kind of thing.
Like every time I shot something from the cannon.
Yeah, they were
It looked like it was
specifically
straight out
red
of
and
a
blue,
video
and it was
game.
like, why is that a thing? Like,
Yeah.
we can, if you can, like, just go on a close up on a shot and like make the bullet go through the shot and just slow it down, it'd be much easier than making it lasers.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's I think besides like Full Metal Jacket, that's one of the only war movies I've seen.
Oh, Full Metal Jacket. What's yours, Javi?
I wanna see Saving Private Ryan, but
I haven't seen that either.
one of my favorite.
You haven't seen
movies-
Saving Private Ryan?
No.
I haven't either.
What the fuck? Wait, how are you gonna say it's your favorite movie?
No, I want to.
Oh,
see
you want to.
Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah.
I heard it's really, really good from my father, who's watched many more movies than I have.
Yeah, Jake
But-
loves it. He says that movie's awesome.
Jake pisses me off sometimes, a lot of times. Like, how the fuck have you not seen any of the Hayao Miyazaki films?
Yeah.
Right.
Those movies are beautiful.
Okay.
Okay.
Now I have to change
Alright.
my favorite movie. Princess Mononoke. Number
Okay.
one favorite film all time.
See,
Alright.
literally, you break out Hayao Miyazaki, and everyone loses their shit, and everyone who hasn't seen it is like, they can't be that good. They're overhyped.
Oh,
and then
they
you
are
go
that
and
good.
fucking watch them.
Oh, they are there.
Okay, so after we go through favorite movies, we have to also go through favorite animated movies because sometimes it feels like those are two different beasts.
Donkey
You feel
Ollie.
like they're two different beasts. So if I had to say my favorite animated movie and my favorite movie of all time,
Bionicle, The Mask
your-
of Light.
you bet it is. Shut the fuck up.
The Mask of Light.
How do you even know that name?
All right,
I've
Like,
watched
that's
it.
disgusting.
it's cool
I've
if
watched
your
it.
animated movie and your favorite movie are the same though.
I have that same thing. I really, 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 really loved Howl's Moving Castle. I haven't watched it in a long time,
That's a beautiful movie.
but I want to rewatch it. And just my memories of that movie were astounding.
I like
but
that movie so
My
much.
favorite, probably real movie would have to be, Good Will Hunting. Good Will Hunting, or this movie. The Mission. You guys probably haven't seen it.
No.
It's a old movie, but it has De Niro and Mr. I Will Kill You If You Steal My Girl. What the fuck's his name? Taken Man.
Oh.
Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson. It has Liam Neeson when he's really young, and it has De Niro when he's young as well. And it's just a really good movie. So I suggest looking up
The Mission.
The Mission.
Okay.
It's more of a religious movie, religious with air quotes.
Yeah.
But it's really, it kind of represents what the Spanish did to Central America and how they literally destroyed it. So it's kind of a representation of history as well. So it's just really well done. It's really good.
Yeah.
But does it have Quentin Tarantino talking about how good his fucking coffee is?
I have not seen Pulp Fiction.
You haven't seen
I
it?
You
haven't
haven't seen
seen
Pulp Fiction?
That's the one thing I would say
cancer.
you have to see in your life. That's a great movie.
I don't need you to tell me how good my fucking coffee is, alright? I know.
I know, because when...
Alright.
How about we don't go off on quoting movies?
Yeah.
All right.
How about not?
I don't want to get copyrighted.
If you guys want a great movie, Samurai Cop is up.
Hobo with a shotgun.
What is...
I want to see that
What?
movie.
Literally, Samurai Cop. There was a scene where he's talking to a nurse, and she's like, "Do you like me? Do you like what you see? Do you want to fuck me?" And he's like, he grabs a stethoscope and says, "Bingo."
What?
And then she goes, and he has a black sidekick, of course, and the black sidekick's like, he's like opening his mouth like all surprised, and then the girl goes and like grabs his dick, and she's like, "There's nothing there." And he's like, "What do you mean there's nothing there? What do you want?" And she's like, "Something bigger." And he's like, "What do you want? Something the size of a jumbo jet?" I'm gonna have to show you guys that.
Oh my god.
And she's like, there's nothing there. Are you circumcised? He's like, yeah. And she's like, well, you must have had a bad doctor because I think he took too much off. And he's like, no, he's a good doctor. That's literally a scene in this fucking movie.
I'll have to watch
We're
it.
gonna watch that after we're done with this podcast because
We're gonna
that shit
do
is
that.
hilarious.
Another movie I really want to see that's really crappy, but it's fantastic.
The Room?
No, Range 15. Have you heard of this?
No.
I have.
It's basically a zombie movie, but there's a scene in it where there are some zombie toddlers, and this guy is like,
That's just a
about
bad
to-
way to
about to-
start a scene.
yeah, but it's about to shoot him. Someone's about to shoot him. He's like, no, Gene, don't shoot the toddlers. And he shoots him, and he's like, their mission has been aborted.
What the fuck?
I've seen that scene.
And I think that's just like
That's really fucked
it has
up
Danny
and great
Trejo
at
in
the
it,
same time.
which means
that,
you know
that
it's-
makes the movie like 7 times better.
Yeah. So
Border.
Hey, you haven't told us your favorite animated movie of all time. He said Mononoke. I said Howl's Moving Castle.
I have to change mine.
Oh,
It's
shit.
Bionicle Mask of Light.
Shut
Shut
the
up.
fuck up. Get out.
Fuck you.
You're no longer a part of this podcast.
I am the podcast.
I am the Senate. Wow, that's 2 episodes in a row where I've mentioned I am the Senate.
Yeah, you need to get new jokes, man.
I am the Senate. Shut
My
up.
lord.
Throw
Fuck you.
All right, we're coming around that time. We should wrap this up.
Go
Probably.
fuck yourself.
All right, soon. To throw it at him, not me. So my favorite animated movie of all time is B Movie.
B
Oh,
movie.
Jesus.
You like jazz?
You like jazz? No.
She lost her man to a fucking bee.
You know.
Wait. Let's talk about that for a little bit. So
Wait.
there, at some point later after the movie, they're gonna do some exploring, right? And Barry B. Benson is gonna have to like fly around inside of her.
Vagina.
Yeah, just think about
But
that.
but bees do bees have genitals? I don't think bees
No,
have genitals.
no, but he's gonna fly. Okay,
There's no way to make that, like, would he flap his wings against her clitoris or something?
I guess.
Like, but then he'd be flying upside down and then it'd get wet and he'd die.
Oh my
Yeah.
He'd
god!
literally drown in pussy.
Did you know?
Best way to die. That's how we started.
Literally
That's how we started this
fucking
podcast with that.
podcast, and
It's
now we gotta
cyclical.
end it like this.
Okay, but my actual favorite animated movie, is probably just because I watched it so many times when I was younger. Monsters Inc. So it has like a
That's
a good
special.
movie.
It's got a very special place in my heart. I have this shit memorized.
Yeah.
I know that.
The
movie in my
Incredibles
heart.
was another one of mine where I was like,
Out of
you
Disney
guys did
movies,
this shit, right?
out of Disney movies, The Incredibles or Toy Story 2 is probably my favorite Disney like animated movie. Or
Those are
Pixar.
good.
Pixar, not Disney. Pixar.
Yep.
Those are-
Just a lot of people just left.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
get triggered. Have fun.
Those are 2 very good movies.
Hmm.
Is probably just because I watched it so many times when I was younger. Monsters Inc. So it has like a
That's
a
special.
good movie.
It's got a very special place in my heart. I have this shit memorized.
Yeah.
I know that.
The
movie in my
Incredibles
heart.
was another one of mine where I was like,
Out of
you
Disney
guys did
movies,
this shit, right?
out of Disney movies, The Incredibles or Toy Story 2 is probably my favorite Disney like animated movie. Or
Those are
Pixar.
good.
Pixar, not Disney. Pixar.
Yep.
Those are-
Just a lot of people just left.
Yeah, well, get triggered. Have fun.
Those are 2 very good movies.
Hmm.
But before we go, there's one thing I want to tell you guys. I saw this Wendy's ad the other day.
The Legend 27.
No.
You know what? I'll put a clip of it right here. Sam, roll the clip.
This just in, Wendy's is adding the double stack as an option in the 4 for $4 for a limited time. With over a quarter pound of fresh beef, that's a deal so good it should not exist. Like bumblebees should not be able to fly because their wings are too small for their bodies.
Okay, so the commercial, for those of you who didn't just see it, meaning everyone in this room right now, it's this
On a sandwich.
on a sandwich. It's Arby's, you fuck.
Oh shit.
I'm talking about Wendy's. And okay, that's the place I used to work, for those who didn't know. And fuck it. but also they made a B movie meme reference in the trailer.
Oh,
They're
fuck.
like, there's a new the double stack is now on the 4 for a limited time, but it's insane, almost as insane as how a bee can fly because his wings are too small.
I
to get
heard
flying
about
off
that
the ground.
shit,
me.
and I was like, go fuck yourself.
Fuck. God
So
damn.
I saw that today, and I went, they really are that cancerous. So that's why I don't work there anymore, you guys.
Politics!
No, we're stopping this. We're stopping this. Okay.
Well, it's been podcast. You like it? Good. You
If
don't?
you don't,
Go
good.
fuck yourself.
No, just good.
Oh, well, good.
This was ass.
Yeah, this probably wasn't our best podcast.
It's hard to beat.
But I'm your guest,
Yeah.
and
Well, that makes it.
this is the podcast.